Hello, ladies, and welcome to our new Bible reading series. I'm Cindra Enlow from HeavenlyPlace.com, and this year, as we read through the Bible, we'll explore God's incredible story of love and redemption. If you're looking for a Bible reading plan that's simple and doable, this is it. So let's get started and discover the heart of God together, one chapter at a time. Hello, ladies, and welcome back to our one-year Bible reading plan. This is week 42, day 2. And our scheduled reading for today is Matthew chapters 17 and 18, Mark chapter 9, and John 7 and 8. So in today's chapters, we're going to go from the mountaintop of glory to the reality of everyday struggles and confrontations. In Matthew 17 and Mark 9, we'll see the episodes of Jesus being transfigured before Peter, James, and John, as they see his face shining like the sun and his radiant clothes. And then Moses and Elijah appear with him, and God's voice affirms that Jesus is his beloved Son. And after this moment of glory, Jesus comes down the mountain to a hurting father and a demon-possessed boy. The disciples hadn't been able to help, and Jesus reminds them that some things only come by prayer and faith. In Matthew 18, Jesus teaches about humility, forgiveness, and caring for the least of these. And he tells the parable of the lost sheep and gives clear instructions on reconciliation and forgiving from the heart. And then in John 7 and 8, we see the tension building between Jesus and the religious leaders. Some are amazed at his teaching, and then others accuse him of having a demon. And then chapter 8, we see a very familiar story of a woman who's caught in adultery. All the men or the crowd want to stone her, but Jesus reminds them that we all are sinners, and he tells them, "Let him who is without sin cast the first stone." And of course, one by one, they slowly turned away because there is no one innocent before God. And here's where we see the heart of God. As he reveals his glory, he doesn't stay distant. He comes down into our brokenness. He teaches us to forgive, to welcome the lost, and to lay down judgment. And he gives grace where others throw stones. And through it all, he invites us to trust him more deeply, to walk more humbly, and to love more freely. Okay, ladies, let's get started on our reading today. Matthew 17 and 18, Mark 9, and John 7 and 8.
The Good News according to Matthew. Chapter 17. And after 6 days Jesus takes with him Peter, and James, and John, his brother, and makes them go up with him into a high mountain by themselves. And he was changed in form before them, and his face was shining like the sun, and his clothing became white as light. And Moses and Elijah came before their eyes, talking with him. And Peter made answer and said to Jesus, "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you will let me, I will make here 3 tents, one for you, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah." While he was still talking, a bright cloud came over them, and a voice out of the cloud, saying, "This is my dearly loved Son, with whom I am well pleased, give ear to him." And at these words the disciples went down on their faces in great fear. And Jesus came and put his hand on them and said, "Get up and have no fear." And lifting up their eyes, they saw no one, but Jesus only. And when they were coming down from the mountain, Jesus gave them orders, saying, "Let no man have word of what you have seen, till the Son of Man has come again from the dead." And his disciples, questioning him, said, "Why then do the scribes say that Elijah has to come first?" And in answer he said, "Elijah truly has to come and put all things right, but I say to you that Elijah has come, and they had no knowledge of him, but did to him whatever they were pleased to do. The same will the Son of Man undergo at their hands." Then the disciples saw that he was talking to them of John the Baptist. And when they came to the people, a man went down on his knees to him, saying, "Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is off his head, and is in great pain, and frequently he goes falling into the fire, and frequently into the water." and I took him to your disciples, and they were not able to make him well. And Jesus, answering, said, O false and foolish generation, how long will I be with you? How long will I put up with you? Let him come here to me. And Jesus gave orders to the unclean spirit, and it went out of him, and the boy was made well from that hour. Then the disciples came to Jesus privately, and said, Why were we not able to send it out? And he says to them, Because of your little faith, for truly I say to you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, Be moved from this place to that, and it will be moved, and nothing will be impossible to you. And while they were going about in Galilee, Jesus said to them, The Son of Man will be given up into the hands of men, and they will put him to death, and the third day he will come again from the dead. And they were very sad. And when they had come to Capernaum, those who took the temple tax came to Peter and said, Does not your master make payment of the temple tax? He says, Yes. And when he came into the house, Jesus said to him, What is your opinion, Simon? From whom do the kings of the earth get payment or tax? From their sons or from other people? And when he said, From other people, Jesus said to him, Then are the sons free. But, so that we may not be a cause of trouble to them, go to the sea, and let down a hook, and take the first fish which comes up, and in his mouth you will see a bit of money. Take that, and give it to them for me and you. Chapter 18. In that hour the disciples came to Jesus, saying, Who is greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And he took a little child, and put him in the middle of them, and said, Truly, I say to you, if you do not have a change of heart and become like little children, you will not go into the kingdom of heaven. Whoever, then, will make himself as low as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever gives honor to one such little child in my name, gives honor to me. But whoever is a cause of trouble to one of these little ones who have faith in me, it would be better for him to have a great stone fixed to his neck, and to come to his end in the deep sea. A curse is on the earth because of trouble. For it is necessary for trouble to come, but unhappy is that man through whom the trouble comes. And if your hand or your foot is a cause of trouble, let it be cut off and put it away from you. It is better for you to go into life with the loss of a hand or a foot than, having 2 hands or 2 feet, to go into the eternal fire. And if your eye is a cause of trouble to you, take it out, and put it away from you. It is better for you to go into life with 1 eye than, having 2 eyes, to go into the hell of fire. Let it not seem to you that one of these little ones is of no value. For I say to you that in heaven their angels see at all times the face of my Father in heaven. What would you say now? If a man has 100 sheep, and one of them has gone wandering away, will he not let the 99 be, and go to the mountains in search of the wandering one? And if he comes across it, truly I say to you, he has more joy over it than over the 99 which have not gone out of the way. Even so it is not the pleasure of your Father in heaven for one of these little ones to come to destruction. And if your brother does wrong to you, go, make clear to him his error between you and him in private. If he gives ear to you, you have got your brother back again. But if he will not give ear to you, take with you 1 or 2 more, that by the lips of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be made certain. And if he will not give ear to them, let it come to the hearing of the church. And if he will not give ear to the church, let him be to you as a Gentile and a tax farmer. Truly I say to you, whatever things are fixed by you on earth will be fixed in heaven, and whatever you make free on earth will be made free in heaven. Again, I say to you, that if 2 of you are in agreement on earth about anything for which they will make a request, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. For where 2 or 3 are come together in my name, there am I among them. Then Peter came and said to him, Lord, what number of times may my brother do wrong against me, and I give him forgiveness? Till 7 times? Jesus says to him, I say not to you, till 7 times, but, till 70 times 7. For this reason the kingdom of heaven is like a king, who went over his accounts with his servants. And at the start, one came to him who was in his debt for 10,000 talents. And because he was not able to make payment, his lord gave orders for him, and his wife, and his sons and daughters, and all he had, to be given for money, and payment to be made. So the servant went down on his face and gave him worship, saying, Lord, give me time to make payment and I will give you all. And the Lord of that servant, being moved with pity, let him go, and made him free of the debt. But that servant went out, and meeting one of the other servants, who was in debt to him for 100 pence, he took him by the throat, saying, Make payment of your debt. So that servant went down on his face, requesting him and saying, Give me time and I will make payment to you. And he would not, but went and put him into prison till he had made payment of the debt. So when the other servants saw what was done, they were very sad, and came and gave word to their lord of what had been done. Then his lord sent for him and said, You evil servant, I made you free of all that debt, because of your request to me. Was it not right for you to have mercy on the other servant, even as I had mercy on you? And his lord was very angry, and put him in the hands of those who would give him punishment till he made payment of all the debt. So will my Father in heaven do to you, if you do not everyone, from your hearts, give forgiveness to his brother. The Good News according to Mark. Chapter 9. And he said to them, Truly I say to you, there are some here who will have no taste of death till they see the kingdom of God come with power. And after 6 days Jesus took with him Peter and James and John, and made them go up with him into a high mountain by themselves. And he was changed in form before them, and his clothing became shining, very white, as no cleaner on earth would make it. And there came before them Elijah with Moses, and they were talking with Jesus. And Peter said to Jesus, Master, it is good for us to be here, and let us make 3 tents, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. Because he was not certain what to say, for they were in great fear. And a cloud came over them, and a voice came out of the cloud, saying, This is my dearly loved Son, give ear to him. And suddenly looking round about, they saw no one any longer, but Jesus only with themselves. And while they were coming down from the mountain, he gave them orders not to give word to any man of the things they had seen, till the Son of Man had come back from the dead. And they kept the saying, questioning among themselves what the coming back from the dead might be. And they put a question to him, saying, Why do the scribes say that Elijah has to come first? And he said to them, Truly, Elijah does come first, and puts all things in order. And how is it said in the writings that the Son of Man will go through much sorrow and be made as nothing? But I say to you that Elijah has come, and they have done to him whatever they were pleased to do, even as the writings say about him. And when they came to the disciples, they saw a great mass of people about them, and scribes questioning them. And straightway all the people, when they saw him, were full of wonder, and running to him, gave him worship. And he said, What are you questioning them about? And one of the number said to him in answer, Master, I came to you with my son, who is in him a spirit which takes away his power of talking, and wherever it takes him, it puts him down violently, streaming at the lips and twisted with pain, and his strength goes from him. And I made a request to your disciples to send it out, and they were not able. And he said to them in answer, O generation without faith, how long will I have to be with you? How long will I put up with you? Let him come to me. And they took him to him, and when he saw him, the spirit in him straightway became violent, and he went down on the earth, rolling about and streaming at the lips. And Jesus questioning the father said, How long has he been like this? And he said, From a child. And frequently it has sent him into the fire and into the water, for his destruction. But if you are able to do anything, have pity on us, and give us help. And Jesus said to him, If you are able, all things are possible to him who has faith. Straightway the father of the child gave a cry, saying, I have faith, make my feeble faith stronger. And when Jesus saw that the people came running together, he gave orders to the unclean spirit, saying to him, You, spirit, who are the cause of his loss of voice and hearing, I say to you, come out of him, and never again go into him. And after crying out and shaking him violently, it came out, and the child became like one dead, so that most of them said, He is dead. But Jesus took him by the hand, lifting him up, and he got up. And when he had gone into the house, his disciples said to him privately, Why were we unable to send it out? And he said to them, "Nothing will make this sword come out but prayer." And they went out from there, through Galilee, and it was his desire that no man might have knowledge of it. For he was giving his disciples teaching, and saying to them, "The Son of Man is given up into the hands of men, and they will put him to death. And when he is dead, after 3 days he will come back from the dead." But the saying was not clear to them, and they were in fear of questioning him about it. And they came to Capernaum, and when he was in the house, he put the question to them, "What were you talking about on the way?" But they said nothing, because they had had an argument between themselves on the way, about who was the greatest. And seating himself, he made the 12 come to him, and he said to them, "If any man has the desire to be first, he will be last of all and servant of all." And he took a little child, and put him in the middle of them, and taking him in his arms, he said to them, "Whoever will give honor to one such little child in my name, gives honor to me, and whoever gives honor to me, gives honor not to me, but to him who sent me." John said to him, "Master, we saw one driving out evil spirits in your name, and we said that he might not, because he is not one of us." But Jesus said, "Say not so, for there is no man who will do a great work in my name, and be able at the same time to say evil of me. He who is not against us is for us. Whoever gives you a cup of water, because you are Christ's, truly I say to you, he will in no way be without his reward. And whoever is a cause of trouble to one of these little ones who have faith in me, it would be better for him if a great stone was put round his neck and he was dropped into the sea. And if your hand is a cause of trouble to you, let it be cut off. It is better for you to go into life with one hand than to have 2 hands and go into hell, into the eternal fire. And if your foot is a cause of trouble to you, let it be cut off. It is better for you to go into life with 1 foot than to have 2 feet and go into hell. And if your eye is a cause of trouble to you, take it out. It is better for you to go into the kingdom of God with 1 eye than, having 2 eyes, to go into hell, where their worm is ever living and the fire is not put out. Everyone will be salted with fire. Salt is good, but if the taste goes from it, how will you make it salt again? Have salt in yourselves, and be at peace one with another. The Good News according to John. Chapter 7. After this, Jesus went from place to place in Galilee. He did not go about in Judea, because the Jews were looking for a chance to put him to death. But the feast of the Jews, the Feast of Tents, was near. So his brothers said to him, "Go away from here into Judea so that your disciples may see the works which you do. Because no man does things secretly if he has a desire that men may have knowledge of him. If you do these things, let yourself be seen by all men." For even his brothers had no belief in him. Jesus said to them, "My time is still to come, but any time is good for you. It is not possible for you to be hated by the world, but I am hated by it, because I give witness that what it does is evil. Go you up to the feast. I am not going up now to the feast because my time has not fully come." Having said these things to them, he still kept in Galilee, but after his brothers had gone up to the feast, then he went up, not publicly, but in secret. At the feast the Jews were looking for him and saying, "Where is he?" And there was much discussion about him among the mass of the people. Some said, "He is a good man," but others said, "No, he is giving people false ideas." But no man said anything about him openly for fear of the Jews. Now in the middle of the feast Jesus went up to the temple and was teaching. Then the Jews were surprised and said, "How has this man got knowledge of books? He has never been to school." Jesus gave them this answer, "It is not my teaching, but is who sent me. If any man is ready to do God's pleasure, he will have knowledge of the teaching and of where it comes from God or from myself. The man whose words come from himself is looking for glory for himself, but he who is looking for the glory of him who sent him, that man is true and there is no evil in him. Did not Moses give you the law? Even so, not one of you keeps the law. Why have you a desire to put me to death?" The people said in answer, "You have an evil spirit. Who has any desire to put you to death?" This was the answer of Jesus, "I have done one work and you are all surprised at it. Moses gave you circumcision, not that it comes from Moses, but from the fathers, and even on the Sabbath you give a child circumcision. If a child is given circumcision on the Sabbath so that the law of Moses may not be broken, why are you angry with me because I made a man completely well on the Sabbath? Let not your decisions be based on what you see, but on righteousness." Then some of the people of Jerusalem said, "Is not this the man whose death is desired? And here he is talking openly and they say nothing to him. Is it possible that the rulers have knowledge that this is truly the Christ? However, it is clear to us where this man comes from, but when the Christ comes no one will have knowledge where he comes from." Then, when he was teaching in the temple, Jesus said with a loud voice, "You have knowledge of me and you have knowledge of where I come from, and I have not come of myself, but there is one who has sent me. He is true, but you have no knowledge of him. I have knowledge of him because I came from him and he sent me." Then they had a desire to take him, but no man put hands on him because his hour was still to come. And numbers of the people had belief in him, and they said, "When the Christ comes will he do more signs than this man has done?" This discussion of the people came to the ears of the Pharisees, and the chief priests and the Pharisees sent servants to take him. Then Jesus said, "I will be with you a little longer and then I go to him who sent me. You will be looking for me, and you will not see me, and where I am you may not come." So the Jews said among themselves, "To what place is he going where we will not see him? Will he go to the Jews living among the Greeks and become the teacher of the Greeks? What is this saying of his, 'You will be looking for me and will not see me, and where I am you may not come'?" On the last day, the great day of the feast, Jesus got up and said in a loud voice, "If any man is in need of drink let him come to me and I will give it to him. He who has faith in me, out of his body, as the writings have said, will come rivers of living water." This he said of the Spirit which would be given to those who had faith in him. The Spirit had not been given then, because the glory of Jesus was still to come. When these words came to their ears, some of the people said, "This is certainly the prophet." Others said, "This is the Christ." But others said, "Not so, will the Christ come from Galilee? Do not the writings say that the Christ comes of the seed of David and from Bethlehem, the little town where David was?" So there was a division among the people because of him. And some of them had a desire to take him, but no man put hands on him. Then the servants went back to the chief priests and Pharisees, who said to them, "Why have you not got him with you?" The servants made answer, "No man ever said things like this man." Then the Pharisees said to them, "Have you, like the others, been given false ideas? Have any of the rulers belief in him, or any one of the Pharisees? But these people who have no knowledge of the law are cursed." Nicodemus, he who had come to Jesus before, being himself one of them, said to them, "Is a man judged by our law before it has given him a hearing and has knowledge of what he has done?" This was their answer, "And do you come from Galilee? Make search and you will see that no prophet comes out of Galilee." And every man went to his house. Chapter 8. But Jesus went to the mountain of Olives. And early in the morning he came again into the temple and all the people came to him and he was seated teaching them. Now the scribes and Pharisees came, with a woman who had been taken in the act of sinning against the married relation, and putting her forward, they said to him, "Master, this woman has been taken in the very act of sinning against the married relation. Now in the law Moses gave directions that such women were to be stoned. What do you say about it?" They said this, testing him, so that they might have something against him. But Jesus, with his head bent down, made letters on the floor with his finger. But when they went on with their questions, he got up and said to them, "Let him among you who is without sin be the first to send a stone at her." And again, with bent head, he made letters on the floor. And when his words came to their ears, they went out one by one, starting with the oldest even to the last, because they were conscious of what was in their hearts, and Jesus was there by himself with the woman before him. Then Jesus got up, and seeing nobody but the woman, he said to her, "Where are the men who said things against you? Did no one give a decision against you?" And she said, "No man, Lord." And Jesus said, "And I do not give a decision against you. Go, and never do wrong again." Then again Jesus said to them, "I am the light of the world. He who comes with me will not be walking in the dark but will have the light of life." So the Pharisees said to him, "The witness you give is about yourself, your witness is not true." Jesus said in answer, "Even if I give witness about myself, my witness is true, because I have knowledge of where I came from and where I am going, but you have no knowledge of where I come from or of where I am going. You are judging from what you see, I am judging no man. Even if I am judging, my decision is right, because I am not by myself, with me is the Father who sent me. Even in your law it is said that the witness of two men is true. I give witness about myself and the Father who sent me gives witness about me." Then they said to him, "Where is your Father?" Jesus said in answer, "You have no knowledge of me or of my Father. If you had knowledge of me you would have knowledge of my Father." Jesus said these words in the place where the offerings were stored, while he was teaching in the temple, but no man took him because his time was still to come. Then he said to them again, "I am going away and you will be looking for me, but death will overtake you in your sins. It is not possible for you to come where I am going." So the Jews said, "Will he take his life? Is that why he says, 'Where I go it is not possible for you to come'?" And he said to them, "You are of the earth, I am from heaven. You are of this world, I am not of this world. For this reason I said to you that death will overtake you in your sins, for if you have not faith that I am he, death will come to you while you are in your sins." Then they said to him, "Who are you?" Jesus said, "What I said to you from the first. I have much to say about you and against you, but he who sent me is true and what he has said to me I say to the world." They did not see that his words were about the Father. So Jesus said, "When the Son of Man has been lifted up by you, then it will be clear to you who I am, and that I do nothing of myself, but say as the Father gave me teaching. He who sent me is with me, he has not gone from me, because at all times I do the things which are pleasing to him." When he said this a number came to have faith in him. Then Jesus said to the Jews who had faith in him, "If you keep my word, then you are truly my disciples, and you will have knowledge of what is true, and that will make you free." They said to him in answer, "We are Abraham's seed and have never been any man's servant. Why do you say, 'You will become free'?" And this was the answer Jesus gave them, "Truly I say to you, everyone who does evil is the servant of sin. Now the servant does not go on living in the house forever, but the Son does. If then the Son makes you free, you will be truly free. I am conscious that you are Abraham's seed, but you have a desire to put me to death because my word has no place in you. I say the things which I have seen in my Father's house, and you do the things which come to you from your father's house." In answer they said to him, "Our father is Abraham." Jesus said to them, "If you were Abraham's children you would do what Abraham did. But now you have a desire to put me to death, a man who has said to you what is true, as I had it from God. Abraham did not do that. You are doing the works of your father." They said to him, "We are true sons of Abraham, we have one Father, who is God." Jesus said to them, "If God was your Father you would have love for me, because it was from God I came and am here. I did not come of myself, but he sent me. Why are my words not clear to you? It is because your ears are shut to my teaching. You are the children of your father the evil one, and it is your pleasure to do his desires. From the first he was a taker of life, and he did not go in the true way because there is no true thing in him. When he says what is false, it is natural to him, for he is false and the father of what is false. But because I say what is true, you have no belief in me. Which of you is able truly to say that I am a sinner? If I say what is true, why have you no belief in me? He who is a child of God gives ear to the words of God. Your ears are not open to them because you are not from God." The Jews said to him in answer, "Are we not right in saying that you are of Samaria and have an evil spirit?" And this was the answer of Jesus, "I have not an evil spirit, but I give honor to my Father and you do not give honor to me. I, however, am not in search of glory for myself. There is one who is searching for it and he is judge. Truly I say to you, if a man keeps my word he will never see death." The Jews said to him, "Now we are certain that you have an evil spirit. Abraham is dead, and the prophets are dead, and you say, if a man keeps my word he will never see death. Are you greater than our father Abraham, who is dead? And the prophets are dead, who do you say that you are?" Jesus said in answer, If I take glory for myself, my glory is nothing. It is my Father who gives me glory, of whom you say that he is your God. You have no knowledge of him, but I have knowledge of him, and if I said I have no knowledge of him I would be talking falsely like you, but I have full knowledge of him, and I keep his word. Your father Abraham was full of joy at the hope of seeing my day. He saw it and was glad. Then the Jews said to him, "You are not 50 years old, have you seen Abraham?" Jesus said to them, "Truly I say to you, before Abraham came into being, I am." So they took up stones to send at him, but Jesus got secretly out of their way and went out of the temple.